location to play Angela into. Was not the kitty Pryde I wanted for Christmas. That's a fun one. Somewhat even expansion. We're pretty big here, going up to 12. Yikes. Less yikes. Okay, so they're you know, it's funny. I thought it as we loaded into this match, I was thinking to myself, should this be a Shang-Chi or an Enchantress? And then immediately queuing into the Living Tribunal deck is pretty peak Marvel Snap experience. So need to stack 2 lanes tall here to have our best shot.
I am Iron Man.
Oh, how big is Onslaught on the right? Onslaught on the right is 10, which means this is 40, 51, 60, 72. 72 divided by 3 is 24. This is 19 up to 34. Yeah, I mean, this is winning. This is beating Onslaught, right? Oh, I forgot Onslaught's 8. That's fine. We're still winning, but I counted that slightly wrong. Taking a 4-pointer here to start. It's a big deal.
Victory.
I think this matchup's tough, and I'm going to need that little bit of a handicap to have a shot.
Oh, snap. Opponent snapped.
I guess this location's kind of bad for us, right? Yeah, Acid Arrow is very good here. We're kind of like hoping for Acid Arrow or locations that make Shang-Chi better. Speak of the devil. Okay. want to save Acid Arrow for the Iron Man lane? Absolutely.
I am Iron Man. I am Iron Man.
The mystery intrigues me.
This keeps Onslaught out of there right now, too. Best we can do. Oh, they didn't have a deck. Sick. I clenched as the Jubilee flipped up. We actually won all three here, yeah? Kinda sick. Shout out. Shout out to Kate Bishop. Being absolutely instrumental there. She's such a good flexible card. What are decks I expect to play against? Do I want Shang-Chi or do I want Enchantress? Like, I know we stuck past that without Enchantress, but like, against like Mr. Negative, I'd rather have Enchantress too, right? What are real decks I'd rather have Shang over Enchantress? Enchantress is also just like a thicker bottom. For when we gotta just play her for tempo. Which is nice, just like another 4/6. I think I'd rather have Enchantress. I almost said I wanted Enchantress as we loaded it there. I tend to avoid shaking my decks that can make big numbers. We don't make that big of numbers, although we did okay there. Man, Gold Conquest is slow. I really think they should rework the whole Conquest system. It feels like we have way too many queues. When you don't want to play Kitty in the first location, you should always play her in the third location, so that way she doesn't get caught somewhere like deep space in the center when it flips up on 2. Definitely playing Zabu here with all of our 4s in our deck. Easy snap when they discard the Silver Surfer. Discount one of my ladies here. Read. Rats. He reached for the right one, just didn't give us the result we wanted. Gets us a cheap Squanch next turn. This feels close. Brood gonna let them surprise dominate Nidavellir. And then they're at a virtual +6 on the right. I'll let bid for one. We'll see how it goes. We're at 1920 on the right. Yeah, there's the Brood. They have Surfer as the last one. At 5 power Surfer. Yeah, good beat. Oh, wait, we get him by 1? Good beat indeed. Sometimes lucky. We'd have lost to Surfer in the middle. Oh, I guess the Johnny doesn't double if they Surfer in the middle, though, right? So they always have to do it on the right. Angela is a hero. She really is. I'd take a viewer submission for Kid Omega stuff. Yep. Well, that makes the where am I playing my cards this turn easier. Oh, awkward. Mistakes were made. gets this. It locks me in on the right, but gives me the best shot to play for everything else. We're at 21 on the right, which is not nothing. And priority, so I don't have to worry about Warhead. The problem here is I think I have to play for all three. I think 16's enough in the center. That's close. Yeah, they abandoned the left. Lost my game ball. Alrighty then. Cooked either way then. I'd probably leave if they snap. I don't know. I feel like with that much hidden power on a card you're playing, I'd be inclined to snap if I was the opponent. My deck has 5 2-drops in it, and I have no play on turn 2. That's so fucking brutal. Right on time, Kitty. Welcome to the party. The extra energy would be nice, but double run pull is pretty good. Maybe we can win the 50-50 this time around. Nope, never once. Gwenpool feels similar to Erishim. God, every time I read takes from Twitch chat, I lose fucking IQ points. Gwenpool feels similar to Erishim. You people need fucking Jesus. I didn't have chat open. Why would you cost me IQ points by reading that out loud? So that's an A+ comment right there. Or just super dead, yeah. Mysterio fills. Yeah, and Warhead clears. think I'm just dead to Surfer, but I just want to watch my cards play out. Marvel Retreat is so boring. Is this better than playing Sasquatch Kitty? I can't contest Mojo World if I don't take this line. And if I don't contest Mojo World, I have to hope my Sinister London goes left, which is unlikely. Got relatively close to the center. It's much closer than I was expecting it to be. They're definitely just a better Sinister London deck than we are. The fact that they had extra energy from Grand Prix didn't do us any favors either. Then a Valir again. Wake up, sheeple. That's a good one. Mostly because it just lets me trigger Galacta this turn. It's very funny that Feast as a location causes that to trigger. Sasquatch is 16 in the center, gets us to 31. All of their Gwenpool triggers are accounted for. I'll bet the house how they play for the Human Torch lane. The Shadowverse set has maintenance and a release overnight tonight, like 12-ish hours. That's my understanding. I'm about to lose their last unknown card being Shang-Chi here, yeah? It's the one card they'd play. Really? Well, I guess we know their whole deck, huh? Alright, 3 shots to take their last cube. Sometimes things work out better than expected. I don't know what the rest of their hand was. think we get Surge going before Angela. Is it that late, Ace? I thought it was releasing earlier than that. I was under the impression the new cards would be live by the time I woke up. Can you link a source? Because the maintenance window is like overnight US time, yeah? Weird. Okay. Got me. Five, 6, 7, 14. Getting 20 over here, up to 22. I could also abandon the right and just play for the left. It's really just a flip, yeah. The problem here is their Galacta plays to this other lane. All right, they might feel safe on the right. That's close. Yeah, they played for the center, so I have to play for the right. I'm 1 point short. Yeah, I'm 1 point short. Would I have lost anyways? Yeah, I'm actually 2 points short, because if I would have gone 22 to 23, we would have tied the center exactly, and then I would have lost the left. All right, 2 more shots to take their last cube here. Our draw was kind of limp there. All right. Kitty, Mysterio, Sasquatch, good start. Give me a good 2-drop, please. We got a lot of those. That qualifies, I think. So, I need to play Mysterio out this turn, so that way I can Sasquatch on 4, because if I don't Sasquatch on 4, I can't play Mysterio on 5 to discount her on 6. I don't know. We're just gonna have to wait and see, man. I've seen conflicting information from a bunch of people. It doesn't sound like they've communicated anything official. Does the discount on Galacta change my mind? Discount on Galacta means I could do this. And then next turn I could Squatch plus Kitty. I feel like I would be surprised if they released the Shadowverse cards at rollover, because that's like middle of the night Japan time, right? Which is their biggest audience. It doesn't make sense to release cards when it's the middle of the night for your largest audience. Not Mike. Thanks for the entire year. Get you a mod sword to go with that sub shield. Welcome back. I like this, actually. Our Gwenpool could go sideways. Hopefully she lands on Sasquatch. Yeah, that's nice. Ooh, Squatch getting the discount means I can Angela Kitty Squatch. Hey, Adama, thank you for the 29 buds. Oh, how big do they play center is the question. I think 16 on the right still. This is 8, I think 15, this is 8, and this is 7. Oh, yeah, I guess I am up more over here. I forgot the real Mysterio is here. Yeah, I should play for the right, because I'm bigger there. Assuredly, we're good here, yes. All right, we'd have been good regardless of which left or right side we played to. It's 15. 15 would have covered them here. Well, the kitty Angela Elsa pile never disappoints. So we need to take a pause for the cause to let some adverts roll. We're definitely going to play some more of this when we return. I appreciate everybody hanging out after you don't go anywhere. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, consider tapping the like button. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps the content reach some more people. Appreciate the folks that have done that already. Clear our alliance missions, lickety split.
Epic. Epic.
The new torch feels very good. You're the first one I've seen express that sentiment. I feel like my initial impression is that like he's like a speed power level card at absolute best that has a deck building requirement, and I'm not sure that speed power level is enough for a deck building requirement to be something you're willing to jump through. Do you think Bishop might be better than Elsa since you have Kitty and Mystere? I haven't seen many Elsa triggers. I mean, I think you should watch more of the games if you haven't seen many Elsa triggers. Bishop has a pretty strict timing requirement on when you need to play him that makes him less flexible than Elsa. And on average, I think Elsa has more points. Like this deck's not bad at filling all of its locations up, and Elsa, you only need to fill 2 for her to be a 3/8. You need to play 6 cards after Bishop for him to be a 3/8. Does Torch synergize any of the upcoming cards? Yeah, I mean Invisible Woman. potentially makes him a bit better. All right, let's see if Kitty can crack an infinite ticket this afternoon. My understanding of Invisible is she doesn't let you have the double happen twice. Correct. She'll just give Torch an additional +1. Yeah, it's probably still worth playing Zabu on 1, even with just 1/4 in the deck. Well, maybe I'm supposed to Kitty so I could Zabu Kitty on 2, but if I draw 2, I want to play the 2. Narrator, he wouldn't be playing anything on turn 2, little did he know. Zabooby Surge Mirror Match. On to the next. Reality! Thank you for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. The 3 people at every game of Marvel Snap. You, your opponent, Benjamin Brode. Again, when you don't want to play to the first one, always play to the last one so you don't get Kitty caught in deep space. Kid Omega is supposed to release later today. I assume that means at rollover, but hasn't been confirmed, I don't believe, either way. Snap the turn 3 Gwen pull. It's pretty good. Or is it T-Banster that confirmed Kid Omega comes out at rollover? Okie dokie. We have a deck submission for that already, so that'll be up after the rollover. They have turn 3 Galacta. Fair. Fair, fair, fair. So I miss an Elsa trigger, but I think I want to do this so that way I have a bunch of 1s next turn, so Sasquatch is cheap on the last turn. So did I say cheap? I meant free. Can I snap again? I don't get to grapple arrow with the cut line, but this is fine still. We get the Elsa bonus extra with it, which is pretty good. How do we feel about the 0 energy Sasquatch? So let's say they Surfer, they go to 26. I need to put 13 points to beat here. Meaning this with Elsa is enough. Gets me to 28. I got by like an Absorbing Man, but otherwise feeling okay. Yeah, and I've got 18 in the center. God, counting is busted, chat. Really hope they consider nerfing counting at some point in the future. Pryde. I had Zabu into Surge. I might draw one of our 4s, but yeah, let's play the game. Oh my goodness, we didn't draw 4. The 2-7 shall continue, hopefully in perpetuity forever. Surfer gets them to 17 middle. This is 6, 7. And then this is another 6. This is 13 here. And then Squanch wins the left. This beats Brood Surfer. That was just an incredibly clean game for us. You could drop a hand that's like slightly better than this one, but man, is it only slightly better. It's probably like Galacta before Enchantress and like maybe a Cape Bishop worked into there somewhere, but that felt really good. Normally, I'd play a deck that's on a roll like this for a little bit longer, but I honestly feel like that's just such a good, like, stick a bow on it. We're done with this pile of cards. Just no changes. The Mr. Fantastic, Surge, Zabu are just such an elegant mixture of extra discounting. You got a good way to spread points out. You got Enchantress for a dash of disruption. I think seeing the numbers that this deck was making consistently, I'm pretty confident Enchantress is the tech card I want. Both because, like, in that last game where we saw we just played her out as a 2/7 and it was good, and we could kind of keep up with the decks we'd rather be Shang-Chiing with just numbers. Yeah, like if this had been Shang-Chi, it would have been a lot less sweet on the right side in that last game. Wouldn't have forced them to commit as hard as they did, so we'll wrap on that one there.